Okay, so once again we are back, and also welcome back to our daily World Cup show. A lot of things have happened overnight. Of course, the first round is over. The second round has already kicked off. Mexico have secured their place in the knockout round of the FIFA World Cup. I think one of the host nation who have really impressed so far in this World Cup. But unfortunately, South Africa once again they have failed to go past the group stage. But in this video, in this show, actually we are going to analyze the performance of the teams who had high expectation in this World Cup, and also we also discuss about the teams who have really punched above their weight, being an underdog in this World Cup. First I will start with Rohanda. uh, of course, before the beginning of this World Cup, we picked up 7 to 8 teams were really the favorite in this World Cup, and also we have picked few contenders as well in this World Cup. So far among those teams, who have really met your expectation and who have really failed to meet your expectation so far in the first round of the World Cup.
You mentioned about Mexico. I'm wearing the Mexico jersey today. They really punched above their weights, of course. But what was really great to see was Canada. After getting their first draw against Bosnia Herzegovina, the first ever point in FIFA World Cup history for Canada, they defeated Qatar 6-0 and perhaps got a great advantage of going to the next rounds with a great goal margin, right? So Mexico really impressed a lot in these group stages. Of course, South Africa, unfortunate for them, in the last. I was seeing the match yesterday of South Africa. Uh, they really did well in the last 10-15 minutes, I would say. Even after they got their penalty for equalizer, they really pushed hard. They hit the I think hit the post one time, but it was offside. But unfortunate for them. But we did not have much expectations from South Africa anyway. But sad to see that the Asian teams got defeated last night. Mexico defeated South Africa. Qatar was defeated by Canada. Uh, Punching above their weights, of course, we were all surprised by Cape Verde and waiting for the match against Uruguay. But if you ask about being impressed, I would say, of course, France and Germany. I wouldn't say Argentina much because uh, I'm really looking forward to see what the others have to contribute to Argentina's win apart from these Messi goals, right? Rodrigo De Paul really had a good game. But overall, as a collective unit, which we saw 4 years back in Qatar, I think that was perhaps missing to some extent. I wouldn't say much, but to some extent, of course. As I have already mentioned, after Messi was substituted off, the team actually fell back. Portugal, we had high expectations from Portugal. We are yet to see that version of Portugal which we were expecting, one of the best midfields in this competition, but we did not see that in the last game. Brazil again, we are hoping that they really get back to form against Haiti. But all these things are there. Of course, really happy to see teams like Mexico and Canada doing well. But we are hoping that these big guns actually get back to their usual rhythm in the next round of the games. Rahul.
I think correctly said. I think really France and Germany lived up to their expectation, but teams like Portugal, Spain, who boast such a strong squad in this World Cup, and but they were stopped by which nation? I mean, team like DR Congo, then Spain, they were stopped by Cabo Verde. So obviously, it was a bit a topsy-turvy start for Spain and Portugal. Now it remains to be seen whether they can make a comeback in the second round or not. Because again, if they stumble in the second round, then it will be really late for both these nation were real contenders for the start of this World Cup. Were one of the most talked about teams, to be honest. But Shomnath, so far the nations who have really punched above their weight. Of course, we have seen performance from Cabo Verde, then dear Congo. But do you think those performances are just a one night miracle, or do you think they have got that potential to again pull off another upset in the coming round as well?
I mean, obviously, the performance from DR Congo, performances from Cape Verde. These are historic stories, obviously for them and obviously for this World Cup. But who are basically the teams which are termed as underdogs have the capability to go to the advanced stages of the World Cup and obviously defeat big teams like the big boys, like the top 10 nations of the world. Obviously, performances from Cape Verde, DR Congo, and obviously many other small nations who have punched above their weight. Those are impressive, but among these countries, the countries which will show consistency in their performance, I think they can be termed as underdogs. And obviously, if we talk about this first round of the World Cup, where every team has played one match each, I think the strongest teams or the most settled team in the first round, I think it will be France and England for me, because obviously
England,
France,
of
we
course,
all know
yes.
that uh, yeah, we all know that after 60 or 65 minutes, France was looking something a completely different team. They just, you know, thought that yes, it's time to close the game, and they have closed the game then and there only. So obviously, France are a dangerous team, and why I'm talking about England, because uh, we all know that talks were there regarding Thomas Tuchel's selection of the England squad as well. But the way the players of this English team are performing, the coordination between them, and England is one of the rarest teams in the World Cup who has a complete striker in their team, like Harry Kane. Many of the team in modern football, we know that there is a term called false nine or second striker, not a perfect number nine, but in this English team and in every football team, you need a complete striker. A striker completely changes the dynamics of the game altogether. We have seen Harry Kane score goals. He was contributing to the defense, and obviously he has a good range of passing skills also. So England are looking a very good team. Obviously, they will want to you know win the World Cup after so many years. In fact, the last time they won the World Cup, I think my father was not even born yet. So that's the thing. But obviously, England, France, they are the best two teams, obviously, in terms of if you talk about the top teams. But underdog, I think I will go with Japan and Norway. They are obviously good teams. Japan has played beautiful football against Netherlands. They have, drew the match with Netherlands, and obviously for Norway, they have, in their group, they are in a tough group with France, Senegal, and Iraq. They have, tormented Iraq, and Erling Haaland is looking unstoppable. He's the one who is, I think he can make the difference between good teams and their Norway team. But obviously, interesting World Cup, and yeah, these are my predictions so far.
Absolutely. Another interesting fact about Norway team is that they have carried their own food to US from Norway
Hmm.
because they don't. I mean, they feel that the USA food is not that of that high quality. Also, they relying on their own food that they have carried from Norway as well. I think the
Fish,
similar thing happened
chips,
for
and
Argentina as well last edition
fish,
in
cheese,
Qatar.
and oranges. Norway team has carried fish, chips, cheese, and oranges.
Brilliant, brilliant. And obviously, we all thought that Norway will, might face difficulty due to the extreme weather condition in USA, but they defied, all logic. They did really well in the first game, and obviously one of the team to watch out for. And I think they are poised to make it to the next round as well from the group stage. Obviously, a lot of things special about this FIFA World Cup, but one thing we can't avoid, the three superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar. When it comes to this World Cup, obviously we always talk about these three superstar. Obviously Neymar is yet to take the field, but we can discuss about the performance of the other two superstar, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And so far, in the first round, it has been totally a contrasting picture. Lionel Messi, who's stolen the limelight with that magical hat trick, but Cristiano Ronaldo, facing severe criticism after the draw against Dear Congo. I will come to Rwanda on this. Rwanda, of course, Lionel Messi, the quintessential Lionel Messi I've seen in the first game, that magical hat trick that powered Argentina to a dominant performance against Algeria. But coming to Ronaldo, the debate arises here is that whether it's just a one match where Ronaldo looked off color, or do you think Ronaldo has really run out of fuel? Is there anything left with Ronaldo to really deliver for Portugal at this big stage?
Well, if you see, he hasn't scored in the last 10 major matches for his country. But uh, what's more concerning is that the team chemistry. Portugal team lacked chemistry. Wherever Ronaldo had chance to give pass to Bruno Fernandes or vice versa, they did not give each other passes. And there was one instance that there was a cross and Ronaldo had taken an attempt. Bruno was right behind him, and the ball went outside the goalpost. And Bruno, other than actually appreciating the effort of his teammate or saying that it's okay, you can do it in the next one, he displayed his frustration and just threw his hand up in the air and went up. And Ronaldo had a facial expression that said a lot of things. That said that the team does not gel well. There may be great individual players on individual terms. Maybe they are doing fantastically well in the club football, but when it comes to these international setup, I think that team needs a bit of uh, what to say, coordination, gelling, that leadership quality, because none of these players seem to follow the orders, or not orders, but follow the instructions by the captain or the leader, whoever is in the team. Because if you see teams like Argentina used to face this problem back in 2010. After that, you will see that they reached the final in 2024, but when they actually won the first international trophy after so many years, the Copa America, if you see that team, you will see that the team actually every player had each other's back. A single miss was actually not criticized but appreciated by the teammates, that it's okay, you can fail once, you will get the thing in the other one. A single harsh tackle landed up on one player, every other player came to back that player and protest him. So I think that character needs to be there. A lot of responsibility lies on the coach as well. Roberto Martinez does not look like that coach who can bring that character in the team. Someone like Zinedine Zidane, someone like Jose Mourinho, they actually brought those characters into the team of these high ego players. A great man manager needs to be there with a team that has so many superstars in world football. I think that lacked Portugal, and the criticism is falling on Ronaldo by default because he is Cristiano Ronaldo. You were expected
Oh,
something from these kind of superstars. So I think it's not Ronaldo's fault alone, but it's a collective failure as a team.
absolutely. I mean, had it been someone else, no one would have talked about him. But again, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Just because after the DR Congo game, he was a bit upset and he worked inside the tunnel without shaking hand with his teammates, and that's why he's facing serious criticism. In the social media.
Bruno
I'll come to
Fernandes,
Somnath on me.
Bruno Fernandes in the post match saying that not every goal will come to Cristiano. It's about the team. Yes, of course that is right, but you don't say that after a match in a World Cup, after the first match in a World Cup in a press conference. That showed that the team does not have coordination among them.
Absolutely, and I will come to Somnath on this only. Somnath, do you think the star started of Cristiano Ronaldo, which is impacting Portugal's chemistry, team chemistry, as Rohanda mentioned, the team bonding in Argentina, that's really getting them result. But do you think that is some problem with Portugal as well? Because in the last World Cup also we have seen, the head coach was different. It was Santos. He actually benched Ronaldo in the first game of the World Cup. He showed that confidence, dropping Ronaldo from the squad. But Roberto Martinez has been one coach who always backing Cristiano Ronaldo. So do you think the star-studded culture of Cristiano Ronaldo impacting the performance? And also Roberto Martinez, already there are rumors that he will part ways with Portugal after this World Cup. Do you think these kind of things are impacting Portugal performance?
Yes, I agree with Rohan. The thing he said after that Bruno Fernandes quote after the match. I think not even an amateur team will behave like this. Player from the amateur team also. We have seen in smaller leagues. Everyone just backs their team in the press conference and all that. Yes, we have tried to play well, but the results were not in our favor. Everybody says that, and it's a formality. You can't say that not every pass will go to Cristiano, not every goal will be scored by Cristiano. I think this is not fair. As far as I know, Ronaldo, I think he's a team player. Obviously, he just plays the match, plays the uh, steps on the ground to win the match. Obviously, he's a big team player. Obviously, he is the superstar. He wants to score many goals. He wants to reach that 1,000 goal mark. Everything is completely on one side. But obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is a big team man. He wants to win, and you need characters like Cristiano Ronaldo to win a match. And obviously, it's not only on one player. You have players like Vitinha, who is a Champions League winner. You have Joao Neves, again a Champions League winner. You have Bruno Fernandes, the all-time highest assist provider in the EPL history. So these all are big players, and not only just one player. Only Cristiano Ronaldo have the responsibility to win Portugal the World Cup. And here is and that's why we say in football, man managers are very important. Good coaches are very important. Not only a great tactician, but a good man manager. A guy like Lionel Scaloni, obviously he's not that animated, he's not that strict, but everybody including Lionel Messi and all other players in the dressing room, they respect that man because of obviously for his cool and calm nature, the way he talks to the players, the way he tries to solve the problem. Everyone respects that. And if in a football team a manager is not respected, then the team has to be in shambles. Obviously, Roberto Martinez is not the very best coach among all, but obviously I think it's high time that everybody should sit and have a talk about this World Cup, because obviously it's Ronaldo's last World Cup. Not only that, it's Portugal's golden generation. The next time Portugal will have such a good team, I think this is a golden opportunity for them to win the World Cup. And I think from the next match, the team needs to play like a team. And obviously, the team has the quality to win matches, and it's just the coordination they are lacking at the moment.
Absolutely. In earlier we have seen, every time, this kind of legend. I mean, like I think Ronaldo, Messi. Every time, they have faced serious criticism in social media. Every time we write them off, they come back stronger. Hopefully, this time at this World Cup also we'll see in the next game of Portugal, Ronaldo making a strong comeback, for Portugal. But talking about, another superstar, obviously Neymar, who's yet to take the pitch for Brazil so far in this World Cup, and also as per reports, he's expected to miss the group stage clashes, and hopefully he will be fit for the knockout only if Brazil qualifies, because after the draw against Morocco, there are serious questions about Brazil performance so far. But as of now, Neymar all set to miss the remaining two group stage matches for Brazil, but he will be fit for the knockout. But Rohan, what about Brazil performance? I mean, next they face Haiti. Do you think it's a big opportunity for Brazil to get back their rhythm? And also, if suppose Brazil qualifies for the knockout, if Neymar also gets fit for the knockout, but one thing you'll have to keep on mind that Neymar hasn't played international fixtures since last 3 years. Do you think this Neymar can really fit into this Brazil squad? Can really make difference for Brazil?
Well, I don't think so, honestly, because you might be a big name, but for teams like Brazil, you have a lot of replacements, right? If you look into the Brazilian with players like Rafinha, with players like Vini Jr., you don't see Neymar coming into the game after such a big break after an injury and getting right from the beginning. Maybe if Brazil makes to the next round and Neymar is fit, he will feature in some of the game, maybe for 30-40 minutes. But I think Brazil do have a very good team. They always had a very good team, but again, that lack of coordination uh, actually hampered them a lot. But this game against Haiti, it won't be a cakewalk, I would say, because we have seen these smaller teams actually have nothing to lose, and they go all guns blazing, and they give their everything while playing such big game. And you have to understand that for a player like from Haiti, playing against the five-time world champion Brazil is a big occasion. They will give their 120% in this match, and there will be players who are willing to showcase their talent in front of the world so that they can get a good club deal also in the upcoming season. So
Absolutely.
any player doing well in this Brazil match will be under the radar of multiple scouts from the European clubs,
True.
right? So
Correct.
it won't be that of a cakewalk for Brazil. I am keeping Brazil, of course, ahead by maybe 70-30, but that 30 also they have to earn it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we have all watched that game between Haiti and Scotland. I mean, obviously
Yes,
Scotland won that game by 1-0, but during the later stage of the game, it was Haiti who was really dominating that game, created a lot of chances, and but credit goes to that strong defense of Scotland who really stood firm throughout the dying minutes of the game. But you cannot just write Haiti off. I mean, obviously, I think Brazil going to face a difficult test against Haiti. Of course, there's a huge difference in the ranking, but nothing to lose for actually Haiti because what's actually going on, back in their country, gang violence. None of the players have visited the country since last 4 or 5 years. They have never played their home game in last 4 or 5 years, in Haiti. So this World Cup, obviously, that these kind of things are added motivation for any team. So Haiti getting a grand stage to play against Brazil, one of the world champion or the most successful team in the world. So the players will be giving their all to prove themselves on the pitch, as Rwanda rightly mentioned. But Shomna, do you think that Ancelotti really need to make some tactical tweaks in the playing 11? I mean, in the last game, we have seen Casemiro's struggle was evident in the midfield. Then he was substituted by Fabinho, who is another aged midfielder. Of course, he took control of the midfield, but never really looked that convincing. So, do you think Ancelotti really need to make some tactical changes in the first 11 against Haiti?
Not many tactical changes, I would say. Casemiro just had a bad day in that Morocco match, and a player like Casemiro, the kind of caliber he has, I don't think that he will be benched straight away in the second match. Obviously, Casemiro and Guimaraes will start, I think, against Haiti, but in the attacking front, I think there might be some changes, like uh, Igor Thiago might be benched in place of, and in the striker position or in the false nine position, we can see Rafinha, because in the later half of the Morocco game, Rafinha was playing like a false nine for the Brazilian team, and obviously in the second half, when Matheus Cunha and Luis Hernandez came on the pitch, I think they were slightly better than those who were playing in the first half in that position. So I think some changes in the attacking third will obviously be there for Carlo Ancelotti. Again, we can expect a 4-4-2 formation, the classic Carlo Ancelotti formation, apart from the 4-2-3-1 formation. And obviously, for Brazil, Neymar is an important piece, because if Brazil qualifies from this Group C, if they qualify as group champions, most likely they will face Japan, because in the group F, in the group F, the group C winners will face the group F runners up. So I think Japan can be the runners up, and if Brazil qualifies as the group runners up, they might face Netherlands in the round of 32. So in those two matches are very crucial. Again, won't be easy for Brazil in any way, and obviously that Lucas Paqueta role, I think in that position, Neymar could come, but again, the thing Rwanda said that he has not played a professional match since, I mean, it's
Last three
been
years.
1 month, I think, almost close to 1 month. He has not played any professional matches. Obviously, the Brazilian league Serie A is a very physical league, a very high quality league as compared to MLS and Saudi Pro League. Good players obviously plays there, but we have to check on Neymar's fitness, match fitness. Otherwise, he has the quality to make a difference, but is he in that condition to play 90 minutes or at least 45 minutes? I think the time will tell the answer.
Absolutely. I mean, fans have high expectation from Neymar for sure, and obviously, the way he has delivered for the national team over, since the last decade. But again, you'll have to keep in mind that since last 3 years, he's never been called up for the Brazil national team. Of course, has been dealing with constant injury problem and all. But in the meantime, he was available also sometime, but he was playing in Santos, so he was never called up to the Brazil national team. So I really doubt whether if he gets an opportunity at the first 11, whether he can make difference or not. But yeah, as you mentioned,
You
Shomna,
know why
suppose
why I feel bad about Neymar is when he was at his prime in Barcelona, he went to
Exactly.
PSG for a high money move, and that ruined his career.
True.
To be honest.
True. And since then, his career never really picked up. I mean, from PSG, then Al Hilal, and Al Hilal also, injury thing was constant for him. Then same in Santos as well. So let's see whether Neymar can really, become that hero for Brazil this World Cup or not. But another game to watch out for tomorrow is, Germany versus Ivory Coast. Rwanda, the way Germany
Great
actually
man.
started their World Cup, especially after the upset, in the last two edition, the way really they started on a strong note this time, but they're really going to face a difficult task again, Ivory Coast. And also, when it comes to this game, another controversial topic because Ivory Coast footballer, that is Eli Wahi. Eli Wahi has been denied visa for his entry to Canada. So another team going to miss their key player because of visa issues. And this has been a constant thing in this World Cup so far. So your thoughts on this? Because previously it was Thomas Partey who missed Ghana's game against Panama.
No, Thomas Partey had reasons for getting denied visa. He had serious police charges against him. Anything similar in this case as well? I don't know because I haven't seen it. But it's really
I
unfortunate.
think he's reports are saying that he has been linked with some betting incident earlier with some game, so that's why.
I think these are unfortunate things because when you are playing a tournament like World Cup and getting visa denied for whatever reasons, these are unfortunate things. But these are also lessons for the players as well to maintain their decorum in their professional career. Whatever you do outside your professional career, anything you commit a crime that is not acceptable. But when you are playing, you have to be extra more careful. But coming to the match, Germany versus Ivory Coast. For Germany, the match against Curacao was a warm-up game, but Ivory Coast would not is not Curacao. They are a quite physical team. They are a good team. They got their victory in the first match, but it will be a tough challenge for Germany as well. I will keep Germany ahead, of course, but Ivory Coast is also a very good team. After Didier Drogba's era, I don't think they have. It's not that team with so many good superstars. Of course, Amad Diallo, very good talent, but,
Yep.
but I'll keep Germany ahead by 60-40 or maybe 55-40, 45. But well, anything. But I
But I
think
think I think eyes will be on again on Ian Diamonde. I mean, this 19-year-old attacker, who has been very
mm,
impressive in the Bundesliga, and he had 20 goal contribution in the Bundesliga. I mean,
mm,
in Germany squad, if you see most of the players, they have been playing in the Bundesliga clubs. So Jan Diamond obviously one of the players to watch out for against Germany, and he's I think one of the brightest prospect to be honest in the coming years for sure. So obviously eyes will be on him, and I think the upcoming week will be headlined by a battle between European nation and Asian nation, because if you see, Spain will be facing Saudi Arabia, France will be facing Iraq, and Portugal will face Uzbekistan. So let's see whether Asian teams can really give a tough test to this European nation or not. But Shomnath, I will end with you. One of the best game to watch out for in this coming week. And do you think the England versus Ghana is one of the best game? I mean, the physicality that they will face against Ghana.
Obviously, if we talk about the other games which are coming, I think another we should spend some seconds about and talk about the Colombia and Uzbekistan game. I mean, Luis Diaz, what a player he is. Obviously, we have watched many matches. Some, I think, and unfortunately, some of us have missed this match. But I think it was a monstrous performance from Luis Diaz. I mean, the way he was, you know. He was treating the Uzbekistan defense. It was really eye-pleasing to watch. And those who watch Asian football a lot, Uzbekistan is a very tough team when it comes to their defense. They are a very solid team in the back, and the way Luis Diaz was, humiliating them. I think right now he is one of the best left wingers in the world, and obviously we have to keep an eye on this player Luis Diaz. But apart from that, in the coming matches, I think yes, obviously England's match against Ghana would be an interesting match. A good counter-attacking football again from England is expected. Apart from that, Portugal match will be interesting because if they want to, excel in this World Cup, Portugal has to step up and step up big time. Apart from that, we can also just a good story. Bozina's mother, the story revolving Bozina's mother,
Yes.
she was, finally given the visa for the United States, and I think some of the members of the U.S. Congress also helped her to get the visa.
Yes.
It was a beautiful story. Finally, she will watch her son play in front of many people, thousands and
Hopefully,
thousands of people.
hopefully, hopefully she will make it on time. Before their next game.
Absolutely, absolutely,
But
and
anyway,
it's a great
we will
moment for
get
Brazil.
one more match of the group stage.
Yeah,
Exactly, they
yeah.
have another game.
But
That's an emotional
obviously, and I
reunion
know
for Rosina, 40-year-old
Cape Verde will
goalkeeper.
play the next match against who?
Colombia, I think, if I'm not wrong.
But they will be playing against Uruguay next match.
Uruguay, okay. So that's another difficult
Obviously,
game. So again, Vojina will have to, pull off an incredible performance against Uruguay.
and it would be a great thing, playing in front of the mother. Not only mother, Hosina will play in front of his children. So obviously, it will be a great display for him, and we can see a spectacular performance again from this 40-year-old warrior. Obviously,
So that's it for now. So as
Also,
we wrap
Rahul,
up
before
our
you
show,
end, yesterday we also had something very
oh
good,
yes, that
a
referee
great
story. Yeah.
story of Tori Penso, the second women referee officiating in the men's World Cup, and the first American women officiating in the men's FIFA World Cup. She's 39 years old, officiates in the MLS and the FIFA Club World Cup on regular basis. She also did multiple officiating duties in the Women's World Cup, and her husband is also a
Oh,
referee
great.
who officiates in the MLS. So that's a great story.
Brilliant. I think among those 50 or 60 match officials, there are a few female referee as well. I think this time, in the first time in the World Cup, there are so many female referee as well. So obviously a wonderful story. So that's it. As we wrap up our show, let us know in the comment section below which are the games you are looking forward to in the coming days. And again, tomorrow once again we'll be back. And when we'll be back, to do this show, obviously the Brazil game will be over, and hopefully we'll be able to celebrate Brazil win, because that will be a much needed victory for Brazil actually if they really want to make it to the next stage. So that's it for now. Stay tuned to Rep Sport for more such shows and content from the FIFA World Cup. Thank you for watching. See you in our next show.
Thank you.